How's it going, everybody? The New England Patriots are 8-0, halfway through the regular season, yet to lose a game. 27-13 victory on Sunday afternoon over Baker Mayfield, Freddie Kitchens, and the Cleveland Browns. Cam Vieira back here tonight to provide a recap. Sorry about last week. It was a busy week at the workplace, and wasn't able to get to a recap of that Jets game in which Sam Darnold saw ghosts. And that's going to haunt that poor kid for the rest of his career. So basically here tonight to recap Patriots Browns and touch on the stand pat at the trade deadline. They did add Mohamed Sanu last week, and they did ship Michael Bennett out to the Cowboys. But yesterday on deadline day, the Patriots did nothing, stood pat, which I frankly don't have much of a problem with. I would maybe like some O-line help, but how much more resources can you pour into this team? There is a future, there is a next year, and which we'll get into later this week about the future of Tom Brady, as speculation continues to swirl around him possibly leaving the Patriots. But that's a story for another day. The Patriots on Sunday, I think, played maybe their worst game of the year, which should tell you a lot that they still won by 2 touchdowns. And then another incredible performance from this Patriots defense, which is quickly establishing its reputation as one of the greatest defenses in NFL history. Another defensive score, Dante Hightower scoop and score. They turned the ball over on the Browns on 3 consecutive snaps. 2 Nick Chubb fumbles, and Lawrence Guy intercepted Baker Mayfield on what... There's not the comic part of it, but it might as well be butt fumble part 2. He tried to shovel the ball to Jarvis Landry, and Lawrence Guy just grabbed it right out of midair. So, there's that. So, great job there on the Patriots defense. But there were concerns in this game. The offense took a step back again. They looked great against the Jets. Didn't look that great on Sunday, and Jacoby Myers vanished again, and the running game still can't get going. And the offensive line was horrendous. One of the worst games I've seen the offensive line play. I do think it was Brady's best game of the year, because Brady was under pressure. I think I heard on 60% of his snaps, 60% of his dropbacks, he was pressured. So, well done, Brady. Brady's best game of the year by far, but again, I'd like to see him look at Jacoby Myers. Mohamed Sanu was a little bit underwhelming in his first game as a Patriot. But above all else, I think they can win this way. Brady, there's some people like, oh, Brady's just a game manager now. That's all he needs to be. This defense is so good, so talented, so well coached, with that 0 blitz, that I think that's all Brady needs to be as a game manager. I really do. And I mean that as no insult to Brady. I have no problem with game managers. You mean to tell me my quarterback's going to understand he has to run the ball occasionally, take what the defense gives to him, and not turn the ball over? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? That's beautiful. I'll take that any day of the week. I'm Russell Wilson's biggest fan outside of Seattle. I'll take that any day of the week. I have no problem with the game manager. I like the game manager. On the deadline yesterday, again, came and went. In fact, there was only one trade in the league yesterday. Aqib Talib, the injured corner with the Rams, was sent to the Dolphins. Just basically so the Rams could clear space so they could sign Jalen Ramsey at year's end. Basically, was the only part of that trade. But some of the moves across the league, again, Michael Bennett was moved out of town by the Patriots to the Cowboys. Mohamed Sanu came in. Obviously, a couple weeks ago, Jalen Ramsey went to the Rams. In terms of huge moves around the league, that was largely it. I mean, Kenyon Drake went to the Arizona Cardinals. This has been an active NFL trade season, but, I was hoping, inside maybe we'd see some quarterbacks move. Maybe Cam Newton would move. Maybe Eli Manning would move. Because they've both been replaced by Kyle Allen and Daniel Jones. But that didn't happen. Leonard Williams went from the Jets to the Giants. But the bigger story is the names that a lot of people thought were going to be traded to stay put. Trent Williams stayed put in Washington and actually reported and ended his holdout yesterday. O.J. Howard, who has fallen out of favor in Tampa with Bruce Arians and Jameis Winston. There was some speculation maybe he was on the way out. He stayed in Tampa. Jamal Adams, the safety with the Jets, who is really upset that his name popped up in these rumors, as we heard him say today. He didn't go anywhere. And another thing I want to talk about is just, we talked about this leading into the Redskins game, the negligence of ownership. And the Cleveland Browns, to me, are the epitome of what I mean by that in terms of neglecting your on-field product. How on earth do you assemble that much talent? How do you trade for Odell Beckham Jr., trade for Jarvis Landry, draft Baker Mayfield, draft Nick Chubb, draft Myles Garrett, draft Denzel Ward? You're crushing it. You sign Olivier Vernon. You assemble all of that incredible talent, and you give them Freddie Kitchens as a coach? How? I mean, that's a crime. If I were a Browns fan, I'd want Jimmy Haslam arrested, the owner of the team, as he's already been many times. He's a criminal. How on earth do you do that? That is a crime against nature. That is a crime against sport. That is a crime against the U.S. Constitution. My God. I mean, I'm not even a Browns fan and I'm offended by it. How do you do that? How do you do that to your team? This Browns team that everybody thought was going to be terrific sits at 2-5 because of that moron running their team, who basically runs 3 plays: quarterback bootleg, Hail Mary, or if it's 4th and 9, halfback draw. Again, I'm not a Browns fan. I frankly think Baker Mayfield is kind of a jackass. But I get so worked up about the negligence of the on-field product by the owners in this league. How do you do that? To your fans, to your players, to your team. How do you assemble a dream team of talent? You have a great young quarterback in Baker Mayfield who looked incredible last year. You have 2 all-world wide receivers in Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry. Nick Chubb, a great running back out of the running back factory that is Georgia. You have a great defense. You have a great D-line with Olivier Vernon and Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward, the great corner. And Freddie Kitchens, the running back coach, who went from managing 3 guys, 3, to 53 players, plus the coaches, plus everyone else. Like that. All because you didn't want to spend a little bit of money. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to the negligence of these NFL owners. They don't care. Just sit back and count the money. That's all they want to do. So, thank you for joining me tonight. I'll do another show on Friday, previewing this game against the Ravens. Definitely going to be the toughest test yet. Thank you for watching tonight. See you later.